What is the worst notification you have received whilst someone else has had your phone? Was showing my mum some cake ideas for my wife's 30th that I was considering. My wife texted me and my mum, for unknown reasons, got a full view of my wife's spoon with the caption, "Guess what you're eating for dessert tonight?" I tried to grab my phone back, and my mum went back to browsing cakes without skipping a beat. As I was leaving, my mum thought it would be funny to ask, "Would you like second dessert tonight? Because I have a trifle in the fridge." I nearly died of shame. Mom is a savage. Not me, but a friend we'll call Bob. Bob, some friends, and I went out one night to watch a show in town. Afterwards, we decided to go get some drinks and decided to carpool. Bob's phone was dying, so he asked if he could charge it on the way over with the car charger. While it was charging, it had apparently connected to the car's speaker system and, without a warning, the car read a new text message out loud to all of our surprise. "Hey baby, it's been a long time since you came in my mouth. How about we hook up tonight so I can taste that juice again?" Needlessly to say, he was mortified and the rest of us rolled with laughter on our way to the bar. This made me laugh cause you can't help but read it in that soulless Siri voice. Chatting to a guy in a bar, handed him my phone so he could type his number in. At that moment a message pops up from my friend sat several tables away saying shag him. I was ordering food off of DoorDash on my ex's phone when she got a text from guy saying he couldn't wait to see her that weekend. She told me she was going to see her mom. Ouch. Years ago I was working at an Apple store as a Genius technician and was helping an older woman with her phone. This woman had to be in her late 60s early 70s, as sweet as could be, and was having some minor issues with her phone. I think it was battery life or something. So she hands me her phone, and just as she does a message pops up with a picture of a toilet full of crap and the message reads, "How many times do I have to tell you to flush the freaking toilet?" Not knowing really what to do, I just hand it back to her and tell her she has a message. She takes the phone, half smiles, closes the message and hands it back saying, "Sorry about that, sweetheart. My daughter can be a bit of a bee." This happened to my friend. I sent him a text of a wet cat and said, "Look at this wet pee," while my other friend's mom was holding his phone. She just awkwardly gave him his phone back. That's what friends are for. I was the one doing the sending. I moved to Japan a couple of years ago and early one morning I was at a market and saw a tanuki statue that had the full dong balls on display. I took a picture of it and thought it would be funny to send my brother a message reading unsolicited dong pic, then send a pic of the tanuki statue. Little did I know, halfway around the world, my brother was doing some late evening car shopping. He had recently been in an accident that had totaled his car and was in the market for a new one. He had handed the car salesman his phone so he could show the guy the pics of the damage to his car, and the guy was looking through them when the words "unsolicited dong pic" popped up on the screen. My brother said the guy nearly dropped the phone trying to shove it back in his hands. Brother could get extra points for telling salesman that it was just his brother sending him a dong pic. Cue banjo music. Showing my aunt a pic when a text saying "I'd frick the crap out of Machine Gun Kelly" appeared. We both pretended we didn't see it and quickly started talking about something else. Instantly had to Google this. First thought was Kelly was a girl, and that she was probably in some budget movie with zombies or similar. Was very wrong. Other way around. I was holding ex-husband's phone while he was driving me and the kids to the airport. Text comes in from a work colleague asking if we left yet. It was then that I realized the marriage was over. That sucks. I find that if I don't get into any extramarital business, I don't have to worry about my wife holding my phone. It makes things quite a bit easier. A couple of years ago met a guy from Tinder in a pub for our first date. Things were going well. We were having a laugh and flirting. After about an hour I took out my phone to show him a funny meme and up popped a notification from my new period tracking app saying "Today's the day you're ovulating." I swiped it real quick and I don't think he got a good look at it, but I was still worried he'd think I was some child obsessed weirdo who timed my dates so random Tinder guys could impregnate me. I turned off ovulation notifications after that. Left my phone on the kitchen table and went to pee. My parents were making dinner and my mum saw the "wanna frick" notification from my BF pop up. I was confused when I came back in the kitchen and my parents were laughing. Thanks iPhone. Not my notification, but I sent to my best girlfriend. You're right. Future husband's dad is weird and a little racist. And her future husband saw the text. Luckily he laughed and agreed with me, but I was so embarrassed that he saw it. Border Patrol had my phone and my buddy sent me a text in which he jokingly said something like, "What makes you think they'll let you in this time?" or something like that. My sil was staying with me for a week, which I wasn't stoked about. My sister knew about it and messaged me, "How are you dealing with sil's name? Do you need to pretend to have a nap again, lol?" Unfortunately my sil was borrowing my tablet at the time and saw the notification pop up. She hasn't stayed with us since. My mum was looking up stuff on my prescription app on my phone when a message came in from a group chat I'm on. A group chat named pornographic material. I turned Instagram notifications off after that. My friend made this fake account on Twitter and followed me exactly at the time my teacher had taken my phone away. The notification read at an Alphaster 6969 has followed you. A friend of mine sent me a message for the first time in 4 months that was just, Ali, right as my GF held the phone. Alright, so since everyone's asking, all that happened was that I explained it to her, messaged him explaining how I think he confused the crap out of my GF and we're still together today. LMAO. I was showing my grandma some pictures. She chuckled a bit and quickly handed me back my phone. I looked at it and saw that my boyfriend, now husband, had texted me saying, "I hate it when I'm pooping and my dong touches the water. Big dong problems." We laughed about it, but my husband is still horrified by the thought of my grandma knowing about his big dong problems. Well, no, the internet knows about his big dong problems. When I was in high school, my friends and I had the habit of giving each other funny contact names on our phones based on jokes we came up with. To this day my high school friends' contact names are things such as River B, Jeff the S, Baby America, Sugar Mama, etc. When we were juniors, a girl who was obsessed with my friend led to his contact name becoming Booty Lord with some rather suggestive images following it. Everything was fine and dandy, until a few months later when I had forgotten about it. I was applying for a leadership position in a club I was a member of and was required to get 2 letters of recommendation. For the second letter I asked one of my teachers, who happened to be a very conservative man in his late 70s, if he could write one for me. Being the lazy son of a bee that he was, he told me to write the letter myself saying all the things I wanted him to say, and he'd sign it. After I finished typing up the letter, I handed him my phone to let him read and approve it before I printed it out. About 45 seconds after I gave him my phone, he, very loudly and incredulously, said Booty Lord and gave me a horrified look and shoved the phone back into my hands. That was hard to explain. My aunt was like, "Hey, is that the new Samsung? Can I see it?" I say sure, and then I got a text from my GF. "Good news. I had my period." Everyone has been there, she understood. My boyfriend and I send each other crap randomly during the day like FedEx me that pecker or flap them tea my way. I was showing my mom something on my phone once and he sends "Gonna slap you with my dong tonight." Carrier pigeon me that butt. Pony Express me that sklong. DHL DSLs. Imagine my conservative 15 years old little brother's face when my BF texted "I'll destroy your pee" while we were watching some stupid goat on YouTube. Goatsy causes extreme reactions in some people. Not exactly a bad message, but I lent my jacket to my crush and it had my phone in its pocket. Someone sent me a message so she got it out to give to me, but unfortunately she had sent me a message before that and saw that her name was marked with a heart. Awkward night after that. Story apps can give really interesting ones. My favorite that popped up while my boyfriend was holding my phone was something like, "Mike misses you. Come back and play," or something like that. Of course all he did was pull the drop down menu down to see the full notification and laugh. He teased me about it for hours. Not really my phone, but I had text notifications on my computer, was working with a vendor and sharing my screen. My so picked that time to send me a text that said that it was the most amazing sex we've ever had last night. I silenced the notification as fast as I could, but the vendor went quiet for half a minute and then said good job. So got out of that awkward zone pretty well. I never shared my screen with notifications active ever again. Awesome reaction. A pimp texted my father-in-law's phone advertising transsexual prostitutes while I was navigating for him while he was driving. Oh my. I was chatting with a guy and it was going well. Nothing sexual, maybe mild flirting. So I didn't care when I gave my buddy my phone for some reason. Then across the room he yells, "Yo, this dude just asked if you'd be down for anal." He sounds like the kind of person that would yell that even if that wasn't the message he received. This actually happened recently. I gave my dad my phone to call my mom because his phone was dead, and my GF sent me a text that said something along the lines of, "Hey, do you wanna have some fun at my house tonight? My dad lost it. Thanks for the edit XD." More of a crappy contact name but 2 stories. One of my high school buddies put himself as Jew boy in my phone. Made my Jewish roommate super uncomfortable understandably. The other is that I have a friend named Richard. This quickly became dong penis willy semen scrotum in my phone. Boy does my mom regret using my phone to take a picture. Not my phone. In high school, there was a couple who had recently started dating. Let's call them John and Sarah. They were both seen as quite innocent, and we were all in theater together. I was at a rehearsal at John's house, and he showed me his phone for a second. Right as I looked, a text popped up from Sarah saying, "I want you to frick me from behind." I was a bit in shock and started laughing uncomfortably, and when John received his phone back, he was horrified. Personally, I just thought it was hilarious and definitely a pivotal moment with that group of theater kids. Me and my friend used to do this thing where we make weird noises on the phone, mostly just to annoy the other person. I decided to call my friend, and when the call was answered, I let out a groan that progressively turned into a screech. Turns out his dad was the one who answered, and all I can hear is him yelling, "Why the frick are you friends with this guy?" in the background. I never saw this as a competition, but if it was, I think I won. Underrated comment. I've had the reverse of this situation happen to me. I was using my flatmate's desktop Mac, and as iOS users will know, any notification you get on your iPhone will appear on screen on all of your other Apple devices. I was on the computer in his bedroom while he was in the kitchen grabbing a snack, and he received a phone call from an unknown number. I saw this notification on his computer, which gave me the option to answer the call for him. I thought it would be funny if I took the call before he could answer it on his phone, meaning he would have to run through to his bedroom where I would be silently laughing myself to an early grave. I clicked to answer, expecting it to be some kind of cold call. The voice on the other end, amplified by my flatmate's gratuitous Sonos speaker setup, said, "Hello, this is the police. My soul left my body." I absolutely cannonballed out of his room, making the most apologetic eye contact I have ever made with a human being. Turns out he had been caught red-handed in a traffic incident on his way back from an interview, and they got his contact details from the dashcam footage of his registration plate. They were calling him in for some questioning. It was a wonderfully devious experience which I was absolutely not prepared for, and we have never spoken of it since. Never answer someone else's phone call unless you would personally know the person calling. My friend texting me, "I'll eat a butt," while I was showing my mom a meme. Never swiped away a notification so fast in my MF life. I'll frickin' do it again. This post shows us that phones just need a simple side button to temporarily turn off all notifications. Simple solution to this is to just smash your phone. Can't get any embarrassing notifications if you don't have a phone. Not me, but my mom. Went skiing with her and myself. Her partner at the time was also snowboarding, but at a resort about a 20-minute drive from where we were staying. He was there with his friends. In the town they were staying at, there's a really nice steakhouse which does an amazing fillet. Anyway, he sends her a picture of the steak the one night whilst we were just chilling in the hotel room. As she turns the phone around saying, "Oh, look how amazing this steak looks," another message pops up unknown to my mom saying, "Tastes like your PSSY. And that is how I cannot eat fillet steel anymore." Oof, that's a harsh image to squash. I was showing my co-worker a picture of my son. When my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife, sent a text, it was something along the lines of having a threesome. Plot twist, the third person in the threesome was the coworker. Good news, the bump is not yours. Bad news, you might have herpes. From a former FWB I had run into earlier in the day, while my girlfriend at the time had my phone. Recently married, 3 months in, wife went to Yosemite for a girls trip. I texted and didn't hear back for a couple of days, which worries me because she had cell service and was posting on social. I open up a laptop and iMessages started to come in, and I saw that a guy I didn't know but apparently her old high school flame were missing each other. Divorce. Dang dude, 3 months in and already cheating, that is hella rough. Sending positive vibes. I was texting with a platonic friend of mine to meet up, and when she sent me a bossy text, I responded with a sarcastic "Sure my honey, we'll do that. Love ya." She didn't read that message. Her parents did. Been the friend here. Longest explanation of my life. Was showing a male client how to use Google Maps and my husband sent me a dirty text. I'm a therapist. Never grabbed a phone faster. He's gonna need therapy for that. I used to be the director of an a cappella group. During rehearsal I would project sheet music from my tablet onto a big screen to help people follow along. We were having solo auditions one day, and after one girl auditioned, the assistant director texted me from across the room. Oof. That was awful. My tablet received the message and the notification was displayed for everyone in the group to see, including the girl who had just auditioned. Obligatory, not me but a friend. My roommate's mom came to visit, so we decided to take her out to lunch. While we were waiting, my roommate took out her iPad. She had some board games on there, so we started playing Sorry together. She obviously didn't think about how all her devices were linked, because halfway through the game a "you wanna frick" text notification comes in at the top of the screen, followed by a thumbnail of a dick pic. Sorry indeed. Was trying to show a good buddy at work a little 8 feet 1950s John boat I was restoring, when my wife decided to send me a pic of her tea. At that exact moment I handed my phone over. You have a good wife. I was planning Halloween costumes with a friend one year, and we decided to do the Breaking Bad guys. At work, with my phone face up, I was with some co-workers and got an alert that read, "I found the little baggies for the M." Immediately stopped notifications forever and ever, amen. Once I returned from a vacation and showing my whole family my pics, and here comes a notification from Pornhub Brazzers has uploaded a new video, and everyone went silent for a minute, but then my brother said, "I too am tired of these spam notifications. You should report them," and I was saved. I hope you have your brother a big hug, man. Haha, that was a good save. My crush was holding my phone at lunch playing Minecraft. My friends at another table texted me and said, "I bet you have a boner." If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.